San Marcos.
Bexar.
I want to say Bexar, but I know it's Bear.
Manor.
Manor.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
Gruene.
Manchaca.
Manchaca.
Blanco.
Blanco.
Texas State is a known university in Central Texas. Students and residents are attracted to the river, the bars, and the location between Austin and San Antonio. A problem that students and residents share is mispronouncing the city's name. Instead of saying San Marcos, it's pronounced San Marcos. The history behind the city's name is that in April of 1689, there was a Spanish monk expedition to Texas where the missionaries discovered a river. Being St. Martin's Day, the Spanish monks named the river after the day. Thus, it's San Marcos River. This led to the city being called San Marcos. The reason behind mispronounced words is still unknown. Political science professor Ed Mahalkinen says sometimes when names are created, they're mispronounced because of the Anglo speakers' unfamiliarity with the Spanish language.
So people reference pronunciation of words based on the words that they know how to pronounce. And when you look at the immigrants that came into Texas, overwhelmingly they would have been considered Scotch-Irish.
Outside of the city, commonly mispronounced words are green, manchac, and Buda. In the 1800s, the city of Buda didn't have a name. Trains would pass through the unnamed area. The trains would often stop late at night to refuel, and the passengers and crew had a place to sleep at night.
A widow had a boarding house where she would have people come just have dinner and stay the night, and then they would leave the next day. And Buda is a mispronunciation of the Spanish word for widow.
Although some people may mispronounce words like San Marcos, Blanco, and Bear, these places are widely known.
There are people that I have to deal with, especially when I travel to Mexico. On occasions, I will say San Marcos, and they already know what it is because they know it because of the San Marcos outlets. So they don't say San Marcos outlets, they say San Marcos outlets.
So remember, next time you want to go swimming with families or friends, say you want to go to the Blanco River, not Blanco. Reporting for Bobcat Update, I'm Angelica Vitron.
The city has for some time had strict smoking regulations, but now the rules have been broadened to include parklets and sidewalk cafes. Some smokers say the harsher restrictions will affect them.
I can't speak for everyone who smokes, but everyone is sort of looking for a reason to stop because it's not healthy as much as you can say like, oh, it's fine, I can like make my own choices. Like, you need to stop, and having those restrictions gives you more reasons to do it.
In San Marcos, smoking is prohibited in parks, workplaces, and within 10 feet of city buildings. Vaping is included in these restrictions. The regulations are one way to keep the streets and sidewalks cleaner.
On top of it not being good for your health, like it's bad for the environment. Like, people don't always put it in the trash can or an ashtray. Like, sometimes we just throw them down on the ground because that's what we have next to us.
According to the City of San Marcos' website, they say that fines upon conviction can start as high as $200, $500 for the second offense, and $2,000 for all other offenses. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jelena Okazaki.
Police are still trying to figure out who issued a threat that prompted an alert at Texas State earlier this week. After students received word of the threat, some stayed home. This incident and the shooting at an Oregon college last week raised safety concerns. We asked some Texas State students if they feel safe on campus.
I feel safe because of the police officer, UPD. They're always like patrolling, and I always see them like when I'm just walking to class, so that's why I feel safe.
I don't think that these threats are necessarily credible.
I feel like when it happened, I was just like, okay, at first I was like, what am I gonna do? With that, I was like, okay, I'ma stay home. I didn't come to class.
I do. I think we go to a pretty big campus, and I feel like if something were to happen, there would be people to protect us.